Hey, it's a Humble Collector here, and in today's video we're taking a look at, we're doing another unboxing. Mostly death cards this time. I think there's some World War I Aero Patches that are also in there. Without further ado, we'll get started here. Yeah, so interestingly enough lately, unboxing videos have for years kind of been my channel's big view draw. Like those are all my most viewed videos, and most watched for the most part. But lately, something interesting has been happening is that death card videos have become insanely popular. Like my most recent one has like 400 views, I think now, or over a couple hundred. So I'm like really surprised because for the longest time they would get maybe like 50, 90 views. Nothing like super crazy. So I don't know what happened. If somebody else did a video on death cards and like that made them more popular, or what. Without further ado, here we have this very interesting card. I can open it up here. Let's see. Come on. Sometimes it's hard getting these open without damaging the cards. There we go. Especially when they do this kind of wrap job on them. Okay. Alright, so here we have the death card of Heinrich Joseph Herrings, a Feldwebel and Zugführer in a motorized grenadier regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross 1st, 2nd class, the Eastern Front Medal, Infantry Assault Badge, the Wound Badge in silver, and various other awards. I think that's Auslang killed September 30th, 1943 at Dnieper. But yeah, the photo here is really spectacular. So we have Heinrich Joseph here. He has his EK1, which is pretty cool. You don't see EK1s in these photos very often. But also he's got his shoulder boards there, which have a number on them. You can't really make it out from here. But also, interestingly enough, he's holding a sword. So he has actually like his ceremonial sword that he's holding, which is pretty neat. I don't think I've ever seen like a World War II era death card where the guy was holding a sword. World War I, you see that not super uncommonly. But yeah, overall, pretty decent card. Very much looking forward to doing research on him. Pretty good addition to the collection here. So moving on, I believe this is another death card. But yeah, I've also noticed that pricing on eBay seems to have gotten a little more expensive lately too, so I wonder if more people are bidding and buying these as well, which is interesting. Because, if the demand keeps going up, more and more of them are going to be brought in from Europe, and we're going to see more on the market, which will be interesting. Yes, this is an SS card. I don't get these very often because they're really overpriced. But I actually got a decent deal on this one. So this is Herman Gruber, bearer of the Eastern Front Medal, or the Ost Medal. Died February 2nd, 1943, at the age of 23. Collar tabs plainly visible there. Yeah, really not a whole lot else going on with this card, which is probably why I got a not terrible price on it. But yeah, pretty interesting. I think that makes this my third, maybe fourth SS card out of like the 200 or so that I have. They're just so expensive sometimes, and it's, for the price of like one SS card, you can get like 6 or 7, regular German army cards, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Alright, let's see here. I mean, it makes sense in the fact that, the SS was a lot smaller than the regular German army, so, obviously there's going to be less cards, and of course, SS is, infamous, so automatically there's the premium that goes on for that. Alright, let's continue on here. Get this out of the bag. Alrighty. So let's see, here we have some kind of snack box that it's been taped inside of. Alrighty. Oh, we have two here. Awesome. If I can get that open. Come on. Here we go. Is it open now? maybe? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so, first card here we have Alphonse Krieger, a lieutenant in a Panzer regiment who was killed April 24th, 1945 in Berlin. So nice Battle Berlin card there with an HCOM 308 backing. Very nice. Yeah, Battle Berlin stuff's pretty... I wouldn't say it's like... I've seen a few, like they're not like unheard of, but you know, anything tied to Battle Berlin is kind of going to have some kind of premium on it. And then we have Josef Kulper here. Obergefreiter and Funktruppführer in a Panzer division. I looked up what a Funktrupp was earlier, and now I can't remember it. Somebody will post it down in the comments, I'm sure. But he was killed May 14th, 1945 near Charkov. So, that's pretty interesting. I believe this is yet again another death card. Like I said, this is pretty much going to be a death card video. For those of you who maybe don't follow the channel too much, I recently, a couple months ago, bought a house. So my money to spend on Militaria has been a little limited, and death cards are kind of like a nice, cheaper thing that I can, buy occasionally, as opposed to, helmets or uniforms or such. Alright, so here we have Ferdinand Gleissner, Obergefreiter in a Panzer Grenadier Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross Second Class, the Wound Badge in Schwartz, and in black and silver. I think that's Schwartz. And the Eastern Front Medal. Oh, two brothers on same notice. If you heard that, it is blowing like crazy. Something just fell over outside. So you have Ferdinand Gleissner there, and then on the back is his brother, Willy Gleissner. 3rd March 1941. So yeah, death card for two brothers. Actually, I don't think I've seen one for two brothers that's like in this style, because normally there'll be like two pictures and like the interior of a 4-panel card. I don't think I've seen like this smaller one on the back like this. I also don't think I've seen that Iron Cross print before. Look at that. It's kind of interesting. Which, by the way, if anybody ever happens to see like any of like the printing blocks that they used for these for sale anywhere, I'm sure they're insanely rare and expensive, but I would love to have, a couple of them for the collection. Like one of these Iron Cross stamps, or maybe even one of these like backings. I just think that'd be really neat. So a bit of a tangent there. Moving on. So this is the Aero Patches, I'm pretty sure, World War I patches. Been a while since we've had a Do Not Bend package on the channel here. A good buddy of mine had to move for work, and, I used to buy photos from him all the time, so he hasn't been selling quite as much stuff lately. But he approached me with some... he said these are probably, like, Interwar, like early Interwar patches, but they're still kind of neat. And anything Air Corps from World War I you don't see very often, so I thought they were worth picking up. If I can open this up here. Very nice. Yeah, so nothing too fancy. So you have 461st Aero Squadron, and then this little round patch here. He already did a blacklight test on them, so they're good on that. But yeah, pretty neat. Now, obviously, anything aeronautical related from the First World War is going to command a little bit more of a premium. But these, because he thinks they were interwar, I got a pretty decent deal on. And yeah, they still look pretty cool. I'm going to enjoy putting those in my patch case. Alright, so we got two packages left. Another death card. Let's see here. There we go. It looks like there's a sales receipt wrapped around it, so I'll just open that off camera here. Yep, that's my invoice. Oh yeah, so this card is for Josef Gruber, who was a Gefreiter in Infantry Regiment 133, 5th Company. So, one of the interesting things, if you collect death cards, you'll notice is that World War I cards, generally the regiment is listed. That kind of went away during World War II for like security reasons, I believe is the generally what people say is the reason they disappeared. So it's not very often that you find a card that actually has the unit information on it from World War II. So that's pretty interesting. And yeah, he was killed on October 16th, 1939. So that's also a very nice early war card as well, which explains why the unit information's on there, because it was earlier on in the conflict. But yeah, pretty neat. there's a stamp for the seller's address on there, so I'll have to edit this later to fix that. Let me just open that up off camera then. Apologies. Why are they stamping on the back? I don't understand sometimes. All right. Yes, so this seller I have bought from once before, and they send everything in these magazines for protection. So there we go. Oh, it looks like he included a postcard as well. Some kind of, I'm not much for modern art, I'll level with you, so I have no idea what the hell that's supposed to be. It's a lithograph by Marino Marini. Interesting. Is that a person or like a horse? I think it's is somebody playing polo? I don't know. Art is not my strong suit. Anyway, so this death card is for Hans Geiger. This is why I bought this card. Killed in Africa on May 30th, 1942 at the age of 21. So we have a nice Africa Corps card here. For whatever reason, I mean, obviously it's a smaller theater of war, but Africa Corps stuff is like really... I've only seen a handful of death cards that had Africa Corps on it that were for sale. So when that one came up and the price wasn't too bad, I just had to grab it. Yeah, for those of you who, again, are maybe new to the channel, maybe this is the first video of mine you're watching, I collect pretty much anything from the World Wars, but death cards and photographs are like my two big areas I really focus on. And death cards, lately, I've just been finding a lot of really interesting cards for sale. So we have, out of this unboxing, we have Africa Corps. We have a nice early war with unit information on it. We have a nice death card for two brothers here. We have Obergefreiter and Funktruppführer here. We have a nice Battle of Berlin card, SS card for Herman Gruber, and this card here for Heinrich Joseph Herrings with his sword in EK1. And of course these nice Aero Patches as well. So yeah, overall, very, very interesting unboxing. So I'll be doing in-depth videos for all of these guys eventually. It's going to be a long time. I think my backlog on death card videos is over 100 deep at this point. So at the rate that I upload death card videos in the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, you'll probably see videos on these guys. But until then, you'll just have to wait in anticipation. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll see you all again very soon.